I'm on a mission right now to talk on behalf of those people who are committed to creating something real in their love lives. The people who want a real relationship, something lasting. The people who are sick of the current dating scene, the hookup culture, the mindless casual dating, the mixed signals they're getting from guys who ghost them, breadcrumb them, show tons of interest and then spontaneously disappear. If you are one of these people, I know you will have loved the last video because I talked about the trap that people fall into when they feel like nothing's come along in a while. All of a sudden they meet someone they like and then they overinvest, value it too much and do the wrong things because they care too much. Now, what I'm about to show you as a continuation of this idea is a real world example where you'll see it happening. I was live on a radio show, one of the biggest radio shows in the world. We were on the air, I was getting ready to do my thing, and then something very unexpected happened. One of the interns, one of the women who worked on the show was called into the studio spontaneously for me to fix her love life live on the air. What I spoke about with her, I believe, is one of the most important concepts I have ever talked about. And I want you to have that concept today. So check out this clip and watch all the way till the end because afterwards I have something very exciting to share with you.
It's not fair for you, who are an expert in relationships, to have everyone like get in line and start asking you questions.
Well, actually, what was said? Who's the lovely lady outside who asked me a question?
Was it Samantha?
Samantha?
Yeah.
Samantha actually touched on something that I wanted to talk about today because she said, my love life is in a shambles.
Let's talk about, can we bring her in?
Yeah.
Does she want to talk about her love life in the shambles?
I feel bad now because I've thrown her under the bus.
By the way, before you get started with this, you don't have to talk about this on the radio.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you're an intern here. You're still going to pass with flying colors. So Samantha's
I'm
here.
getting a free session, so it's cool.
So we use the word complimentary.
Yeah.
Because the word free is so cheap and tawdry.
Yeah, complimentary is a lot more
And
fancy.
I'm not cheap and tawdry, am I, Elvis?
Yes, you are.
Okay, fair enough.
But in a sexy way. All right, so Samantha pulled you aside on the way in, Matthew, and what did she say to you?
She said, my love life is in a shambles. And I said, why? Is that because you haven't got anyone or because you've got someone and it's kind of a nightmare? She said both. So what's the situation?
It's like, you know the word situationship?
Yeah.
Times a million.
So he's not committing to you?
No.
Well, explain that. Explain that. What does that mean to you?
So so we've been on and off for like the past 3 years.
Right.
And there's been no commitment, but it was like, it was unspoken kind of.
Huh.
So.
What does
every
that
time,
mean?
Like, it was supposed to be okay with no commitment at first, but I felt like maybe after a certain amount of time, it would start to move forward.
So you pretended you were more okay with being casual than you really were?
Yeah, and then I turned psycho because I tried to hold it in for so long, and then
you built up all this resentment.
Yeah.
And then how did psycho come out in that moment? How did you go off the rails when you suddenly it built up to a breaking point? What did you do?
I just screamed, "I'm not doing this anymore!"
Right.
With a few more words that I can't say on radio.
But you know what? May I just say something? You didn't go psycho. You did what any of us in our right mind would have done.
Listen, here's the thing for you. This situation wasn't working for you. You held it in because you were afraid to ask a question that had an answer you were afraid of. So you
What was the
avoided-
question? Say it
The
out
question
loud.
was, what are we? Where is this going? Are you ever actually going to take this thing seriously? Is there any chance you're actually going to commit, or are we going to do this dance forever? Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Matthew, it sounds like she's in like a really long fling.
Well, that is the story of relationships right now.
What is that?
Is that people are in these long-term situations with people that they're not actually in a relationship with. And here's the question I pose to people, because I think it's coming up all the time right now, is how do you get over someone you never really dated? And there are tons of people right now who are grieving someone that they never had. I think there are 4 stages of like importance in a relationship. And we have to give each one its proper place, because a lot of us are crying over something we shouldn't be crying about. There's admiration. That's just when there's some hot person around who you really like. They've got great qualities. You're really into them, and you're like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with this person. Well, this is kind of silly, Because this person may not even know you exist, may not have any attraction toward you, but you've made them really important. That's admiration.
Right.
The next one's chemistry. Chemistry is when there's actually a mutual attraction, right? And plenty of people are convincing themselves that it's so sad that they're not with someone that they have mutual attraction with. Well, that's not important either, because you can have mutual attraction with tons of people.
Right.
So here's the third stage of importance, right? It's not chemistry, because chemistry isn't a good indicator of like, oh, you're going to be a great partner to me. The third one is commitment, right? I admire you, we have chemistry, and you're willing to commit to me, and I'm willing to commit to you. That's the third stage. Now, that's an important stage. He's not got there.
I was going to say that we're dancing on a
Yeah,
thin line
exactly.
between stage 2 and 3.
Exactly. And then the fourth stage is, I admire you, we have chemistry, we're committed, and we're compatible. You love me the way I want to be loved, and I'm able to love you the way that I want to love. And so few people have that. And what I'm seeing everywhere is people crying over somebody as if they were in stage 4, but they're not.
But I have a question. If maybe you're not in stage 4, but that doesn't take away from maybe you feel something so deep that you feel like maybe at least you yourself was connected to them more
Okay,
than
so
they
let me
were.
so let me ruin that for everyone.
Okay, good.
Oh, thanks, Matthew.
Let me tell you about the castle. Okay, I had
The castle.
the castle, yeah.
Castle.
I had a live event for women in Dublin, and there was a woman there who said, she said, you have to help me. I am obsessed with this guy. I'm so in love with him. He's so perfect for me. We have such a great, I said, what's the problem? He's in a relationship.
Oh.
I said, okay. Now, to be fair to this woman, she wasn't trying to break him and his girlfriend up. She was basically asking me, how do I get over this guy? How do I stop feeling so much? Like you said, Danielle, how do I stop feeling so
Yeah.
much for this person who's not giving me what I want?
Right.
I think of chemistry and connection, which is the thing we all overvalue, as two people coming to a plot of land. This plot of land has a lot of potential. Maybe it's on the hillside, maybe it's next to a lake, maybe it's got a beautiful forest view. It's an amazing place to build. Now, it's still just a plot of land, right? That's all it is. Now what you need is two builders. You need two people who actually are willing to construct a castle together. And that takes time, and it takes effort, and it takes investment, and it takes two people who really want to do it. And as you build the castle, it becomes more and more beautiful. It becomes more and more yours. There are secret passageways no one else knows about, rooms, places in that castle that are beautiful. Over time, the weather starts to erode the stone in beautiful and unique ways that make that castle unlike any other castle in the world, because it's yours. You can't build a castle on your own. And I see people everywhere right now. That woman, she's talking about this guy and thinking about him and investing in him, right? The same way you are right now. And here's what that is you on a plot of land, hammering. And you're doing it on your own. Meanwhile, there's some builder who's gone AWOL, who's not even there. And when a guy sends a text and says 6 weeks later, thinking of you, and he's barely been around, that's the equivalent of a builder calling into the construction site going, how's the castle going? Meanwhile, you're there building the castle. It doesn't work like that. People have to start valuing the castle over the connection. Because the connection you can find again. But a castle, that's worth something. And a castle you can only get by finding a genuine builder. You don't have a builder. You just have a connection.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, somewhat. Because in his defense, he's like not a bad person at all. He's like great with family and everything. But
That's what makes him so dangerous, by the way.
Ooh.
Wow.
I think so. I think
Because
so.
it's easy to ditch someone who's mean to you,
Right.
right? But someone who's actually not a bad person will slowly ruin your life forever.
Wow.
Damn, Matthew.
I want to repeat this idea because it is so important. People overvalue the connection and undervalue the castle. And when we overvalue the connection, we start doing anything to please that person, regardless of whether they're actually building the castle with us. We try and please them, we do whatever they ask because we just want to be liked. And by the way, we forget in the process that respect is the real basis for attraction, not being liked. But we don't go for respect. we're coming from a place of fear in trying to hold on to them. In order to create the deeper level attraction that comes from respect, we have to start having different standards and expectations from the person we're with. Now that requires confidence and it requires competence. The confidence to stick to those standards and the competence to know how to portray them and communicate them. See, I don't doubt for a second that that wonderful woman I got to work with on the show has attraction from that guy. I don't doubt for a second that he likes her, but she doesn't have the respect she deserves right now because she hasn't set the boundaries and expectations that will get her what she wants. And this message seems to have resonated with a ton of you because since the last video, I have had so many emails from people asking me about that live event I did. If you saw the last video, you'll know I did a live private event that was invite only for my closest clients. I literally spent the entire day talking about how to go from just attraction to getting real commitment. So what is the mechanics of making sure something turns into a real relationship instead of getting stuck in that fast food dating cycle that so many people do that ultimately doesn't make them happy? Well, the people that emailed me jumped the gun a little bit because I actually have something I'm excited to share with you, but I cannot do it today. So here's what I'm going to do. Very soon, there is an announcement coming about something I am extraordinarily excited to share with you. But it is going to be announced first to my private list. If you're not on that right now, go get on that list and you'll be the first to find out what I'm talking about. All you need to do is go here, tellmematt.com, put in your email address, and you will be safe in the knowledge that I will tell you first. I'm going to tell the public at large afterwards. All right, that's it for now. I'm excited. I will see you soon.